distance we had between us. It broke us down in disguise, no need to apologize.
Excuse me, because I haven't had my coffee yet this morning. It was 6:30ish when we left the hotel and I didn't have a chance to... Anyway, hello one and all and welcome to Seen Through Glass. This finally marks the start of our Scandinavian adventure.
I am so excited for the next 7 days. We're going to be headed north through Finland, across into the top of Sweden, and then down through Norway. It's a trip I have always wanted to do. I've only ever been to Scandinavia when it's covered in snow, and I've heard it's absolutely stunning in the summer, despite the fact that apparently the sun never sets. It's like 24 hours daylight, so that's going to be a little bit weird to cope with. But anyway, right now you join me on a ferry from the beautiful city of Tallinn headed towards Helsinki, which is kind of like our starting point. The last week has been pretty rushed trying to get here in time for this ferry and the start of the trip, because whilst there are a few stops after Scandinavia, we're popping to Denmark and the Netherlands before we get back to the UK, this little mini tour was always sort of the end of the mainland Europe leg, and so the actual dates of it couldn't be shifted. So we've always been kind of aiming towards this, and now we're here. It feels exciting, but also a little bit sad, because once it's over, yeah, it's kind of goodbye to mainland Europe in some senses. But anyway, right now, I need to head downstairs and find myself a coffee.
Most of you know I'm not usually a fan of the sea, too many whales and sharks and things, but that was a very easy, comfortable and quite enjoyable ferry journey to here, Helsinki. We have now arrived in Finland. It's not actually my first time in Helsinki though, because when I was like 18 or 19, me and my best friend Rob, who has appeared on this channel, did a road trip from Stockholm to the north of Sweden, across into Finland and then down to Helsinki, but it was in the winter, and so arriving here now, Helsinki looks a little bit different with all this sunshine. Right now, I'm headed to somewhere called Speed Hooked, which apparently is a kind of, well, I don't really know, but a sort of car garage, dealership, coffee shop, clothes, merchandise, mecca, just outside Helsinki. It's about 40 minutes away. So once we escape the port traffic, hopefully we're going to head there. I'm going to be honest, on my way here, I didn't quite know how to explain who or what you are.
Me either.
But arriving, I mean, it's a toy shop basically. I mean, you're doing a bit of everything, right?
It's really a toy shop. You're going to see that it's really literally a toy shop also.
Come on, give me the tour. We'll have a look around. We'll try and decide by the end between us all what it is you do. Yeah.
It's about car lifestyle though, in general. Everything, it's about motoring and cars and people to come together to our place, enjoy the same feel.
Where did your car story start? You said you've been doing this for a while, but as enthusiasts, as racing drivers, where was your history?
Yeah, enthusiasm, actually, it's the long story short is I had a BMW E36, it's 20 years now, and Tommy used to make paint cars and modify cars, so I was his customer, and we have the same passion, and that was obvious back then.
It grew from there.
Since that we have been doing this. We have a lot of cars in common and separate, and we enjoy modifying and stock cars also.
And you got to talk me through this Lambo, because it just looks wild. Is it all styling? Have you got anything under the hood on that one?
The story goes 4 years back. I bought it totally stock from Germany. Drove it home the same way you came to Finland just now.
Okay.
And since then, Tommy has modified it, and as you can see, everything's changed body-wise.
And inside those seats.
Yeah, inside also you can see it has carbon fiber seats also from Tillett.
Yeah, I was going to say really good for the long journeys. Those ones are.
Yeah. So yeah, it has a totally adjustable coilovers and an airlift, so you can lift it and use it really also. So it's a it's a road legal car.
What was the base car? Sorry if you already said
It's
it.
a Gallardo 2009
Okay.
560/4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks mad. I love the colour. The
Yeah.
green, I think, is amazing.
It's Fɪṛ्쏘ilᴅ.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Really cool.
Porsche color on a Lamborghini.
Hey, I'm not
shouldn't do
gonna.
that.
I know, but I'm never gonna knock a Porsche colour. Don't worry, especially a Porsche green. I'll be very happy.
What an absolutely amazing place, and for my sort of first experience of Finnish car culture, I don't think I could have done much better than Sport Hooked. I mean, honestly, Speed Hooked, oh! Don't know what's wrong with me.
Wow, that was really bad.
That was bad. What they were explaining, Ronnie and Tommy, is that, you know, because of the insane luxury or supercar tax that is imposed in Finland, most people resort to modifying cars and modifying sort of classics, or at least modern classics. Anyway, it's now time to head back towards Helsinki. It is so hot. The last thing I was expecting from Finland and Helsinki was heat. So I need to go and check into my hotel and put some shorts on. Because yeah, I'm burning up, people. Good morning. Day 2 of the mini Scandinavian adventure as part of Drive the World. We are now leaving Helsinki. Had a very nice time yesterday afternoon, eating one of the most delicious burgers I've ever had in my life, and exploring, but then we ran away and escaped to our hotel, which I have to say was relatively average. F6 Hotel, Helsinki. Well, I'm just going to come out and say it. We had shaggers. There were shaggers in the next door room. And I'm not sure you would classify it as a next door room. There were 2 rooms combined that were separated by a very flimsy door. So it felt like the shaggers were in bed with us. It was
Nothing wrong with shagging, but
they were very loud. They were having a very good time. So that was pretty intense. And then this morning, the shaggers left the room and left their phones there, and their alarms rang for about 45 minutes at 6:30 in the morning. So we're not feeling that fresh, but we're excited for what is ahead, because today we begin our journey north. Like Jon Snow in Game of Thrones, we are venturing into the unknown. So yes, our first stop is going to be somewhere called Puumala. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which is kind of Lakeland, or the Lake District of southern Finland. And at this time of year, it is just an array of lakes, apparently. And there are some very nice roads, supposedly, that twist through these lakes. So yes, we've got about a 3.5-hour drive to Puumala, before we then have another 3.5 drive to our overnight stop in Vuokatti. God, look at me remembering all the Finnish names.
yeah. Thank God for this book, by the way.
No, Ivan's grandpa. Look at this bad boy. A Volvo 940.
I'm the first to admit when I make a mistake. And I think I've made a mistake today. Welcome to Puumala, which is a lakeside town in the southeast of Finland. Tonight, we need to be in the north. I've brought us east. I'm going to try and show you now using Google Maps, because we've lost our beautifully printed paper map that we were using.
Lost it?
This is the original route that we should have been taking. There we go. Is that going to focus correctly? This is on the fly, people. Basically straight up through the middle of Finland. I have taken us on a bit of a random detour through Puumala. Vicky said Russia there, and we very nearly went into Russia. There were signs everywhere for St. Petersburg. I think even our phones thought we were in Russia. Well, anyway, it's hard to explain exactly where we are, but we are in the southeast of Finland, and we shouldn't really have been here. But I did have a few messages recommending this kind of area, and it has been very pretty. I have to say it's probably prettier from above, because we get glimpses or glances of these lakes every now and again. The most of the time, or the majority of the time, we're looking at big trees. Very nice big trees, but not necessarily the lakes. Anyway, we found a very nice spot just by the big old lake, by old Pumala. Well, this probably isn't Pumala Lake, but by a lake, and I just got this coffee right here, and all the way up there, Panorama Cafe, which I didn't realise was going to be right at the top, so that wasn't great for my fear of heights, but yeah, coffee, gonna have some lunch and enjoy the views. Just as Vicky takes over, the road starts to become incredible. We've taken a right off sort of what felt like quite a main road to a much smaller, narrower and twistier road. Luckily Vicky hasn't gone into sport mode yet. I've been watching pretty carefully, but she is honing her racetrack skills. But yeah, I'm a bit jealous, but I can now still take in the actual views. Oh, that was a bump. Okay. But as you can see, we are surrounded by lakes, but then when you look up, there's a lot of trees, but there you go, you can just see through the gaps. But yeah, it's a pretty awesome road now. And you may have noticed the clock, the mileometer, because I actually meant to mention it in a video a few days ago. We have now ticked over the 20,000 kilometer mark in this car. And in fact, today we went over, well, we're now 22,420, so I saw the 22222 number pop up. But anyway, yeah, so car is still doing fantastically well, no complaints. This thing literally continues to just fight on no matter how badly we treat it, and we do really beat it up. But it's amazing, and we fall in love with it more and more, I think, every single drive. And days like today, when we're spending 8-9 hours in this car, they do kind of just pass by without too many complaints. We're never that uncomfortable. We might get a little bit bored, but the car is always absolutely fantastic. But for now, I'm going to continue in my coaching role. Vicky's driving and ensure that we don't come across any more of those
I don't
bumps.
need coach.
This was something I thought might happen during today or the next few days' drive, which is dirt road driving. Because obviously in the winter, a lot of the Swedish, Finnish and Norwegian roads get covered in ice and snow. They're not always tarmacked. And in the summer, they're kind of like this weird, mushy slush. Pretty solid, a little bit bumpy in parts. Google Maps has told us to get on this road for 27 kilometers towards our hotel. As I say, it's in pretty good condition, so it's not much of an issue. This car continues to amaze me. It's 22,700 kilometers now, have mainly been done on tarmac, but they have also included dirt roads, sandy roads, rocky roads, dirt tracks, muddy tracks, fields, cobbles, I can't even begin to think, racetracks as well, and it just still handles things perfectly, so I'm not surprised. But anyway, it's quite a bit of an adventurous end to our day. Also, can we note the time? 9:30, and look at the sunshine. This looks like it's sort of, I don't know what, 4 or 5 p.m. in the UK. I think I heard a bear.
Like, what did you hear?
A bear.
What does a bear do? Oh my god!
I think I heard a bear. Got a hammock. Oh, this is sick. Oh, this is super nice. Wow. Look at this. Super cool. Oh, whoa. I didn't expect that to happen. I'm the king of the castle.
Look at me in my swinging chair, the king of the castle.
King in the castle, king in the castle. Have a chair, I have a chair.
Can I just tell you, it's 10:20 at night. What is this? I feel way too energetic and a little bit jet lagged, but we have now made it to our hotel, the Eᴘ in Vuokatti. This place is supposed to be a ski resort in the winter. As it's the summer, they've turned it into a complete sort of activity centre. We saw what looked like a downhill ski slope turned into a go-kart track. There's zorbing at the bottom of our hotel. We just got all this space to do it. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen now. I probably need to do some work and edit. But as I say, this light has got me feeling really awake. So I'm not sure how much sleep I'm going to get tonight, but we're going to find out.
I got your letter, guess this is better.